What?
Yeah. You can probably tell from that intro and this certain reaction that things are not going down too well for the early access release of the day before. I mean, I don't think anyone had high hopes with the certain events that we've seen up to the release, and honestly, this seems like the result that everyone was expecting. So getting to that title, is the day before a scam? I wouldn't say in the traditional sense that the game is a scam, that it is unplayable and absolutely 100% different than what we were supposed to get, though it is quite the scammy feeling game, to be honest. I will get to exactly why I say that in a second, but for now, I'll just say the developers did kind of lie, and the whole lot of people playing on release said that they felt misled and let down. But really, I personally never even expected the game to come out, with all the copyright drama and getting removed from Steam, followed by the long silence, then the really weird updates with the saunas and hot tubs totally taking away from the serious tones we saw before. Then I thought the game was forever in a development limbo. I guess I was wrong though, because boom, it was announced and the game was releasing into early access a couple weeks later. And though this game did have its ups and downs before its release, I was really excited for it from day one. It reminded me of The Division and I Am Legend mixed together, and you might all know how much I actually love The Division. But seeing all the original trailers and the gameplay, I was excited. Then all that garbage happened, and honestly, I just hoped it was real. Then seeing it was real, I had to be one of the first to play it, and boy was that a mistake. So yeah, I know I may get some frowns knowing that I bought the scam game in the first place, but as I said, it was all just to check things out, knowing I could refund it if things weren't as expected. Or were as expected? Which I bet some have already assumed that the refund has already gone down. Which some of you have most likely assumed that a refund would probably be where things are going, but getting right to things, it was bad right off the freaking bat. Going to the store page to download the game, I was only like 15 minutes late to the release time, and the game already had like 400 negative reviews. Reading through some of them, it seemed like people weren't even able to get into a server. This did not deter me though. I downloaded the game without issues, hopped into the character creation, made it into the server select screen, and this is where things started to show. I sat for over 20 minutes refreshing the servers, trying to join. Even though there were open servers, I was always met with connection issues. Finally though, after 20 minutes, I was able to get into the game, finding myself face to face with the doctor, and honestly, I thought from first looks, graphics were fine. They weren't very bad at all, especially for a $40 early access game, knowing it will get better in the future. But finishing the intro, I was in a very crowded hub, which kinda confused me a little bit, knowing the game was supposed to be open world and I wasn't brought into like a story or the world at all, just this hub with a bunch of other players, but hey, maybe it was like the safe zones and Division. I absolutely kerchowed through the first objectives, run here, talk to them, that kind of stuff, trying to get to the gameplay as quickly as possible to stay within that refund window. Finally getting geared up, I was allowed to leave and start the game, which is where we get to the scam. Expecting to be met with another cutscene or an introduction to the actual open world, there was nothing. I was just outside in the city. Was this not an open world MMO? Where are all the NPCs handing out quests? Where are all the shops? Where are all the hideouts bustling with people? Where's all the other players? There was no aspects of an MMO, only a huge empty city in front of me. The only shops or NPCs in city-like area that there seemed to be was just that hub that I left. After traversing the city for a little while, I realized that most of the survival aspects and mechanics we'd heard about before were just absent. The only survival mechanics were being able to eat and drink, like any other game. Continuing through the city, I started to notice that there were no freaking zombies. This was a zombie game, and I would find one every 5 minutes. Literally. And for it being an MMO, along with servers apparently being completely full, I also ran into only 3 players outside of the hub the whole entire time I played. I just kept looting where I could, trying to find any open building I could, as only a quarter of them actually had interiors. But after filling up my backpack, I had no clue what to do. Sure, I was on an objective, but instructions were pretty much absent, and that's when I found a player who instantly mowed me down, which showed me truly which kind of game this was. Appearing back at the hub, nothing on my player, I learned this is not an open world, this is not an MMO, this is not a survival game, this is nothing more than a poor attempt at an extraction shooter. I wanted the Division with zombies, and what it seems I got was a Dark Zone minigame. Sure, this city did look really good objectively, and I thought all of the joke brands were funny and all, and it was pretty well detailed, except for the character models. They all look like really bad for some reason, but this was not the game that was advertised. The game may have come out, the game may have been set in a non-linear world, the game may have had zombies, but it was not an open world MMO zombie game, and the developers lied to us in the end of the day. I will admit that the game does feel like it has the slightest bit of potential. It felt a bit like Fallout 76 while playing it, and I feel like if this game got a whole lot of changes and a whole lot of love, this game could possibly become at least something. I haven't even gotten to the bugs, so let's just step away from all the scam stuff and delve right into the performance nightmare now. With any other game, I would have given the bugs the benefit of the doubt with early access, but with the product we received, they are really just the tipping point. Aside from not being able to join a game for the longest while, once I was in, I was being hit left and right with stutters and lag, even though the game appeared to be running at smooth frame rates. Then every once in a while, I would get a full-on freeze for a second before returning. And I want to also mention that the game was running off an M.2 NVMe, and I have pretty solid internet speeds, so the only explanation this would have been is poor optimization. Then about 2 hours after the game came out, there was already a patch, and I thought maybe, just maybe, this would fix some of the issues, making the game a little more playable, but nope. Instead, my game broke entirely. And I'm not even kidding. The download of the update completed, but right when it began to install, somehow, I've never seen this in my life, but every single game file got corrupted, resulting in me having to reinstall the whole game. And that was the tipping point for me. Why would I want to re-download a product that I was ultimately lied about that I can't even play at the end of the day? Which brings us here. You knew it was coming, it was pretty much necessary at this point. I had a broken game that was nowhere near what it was advertised to be, and I gave it the fullest attempt I could, ending my playtime at 116 minutes, just 4 minutes shy of that 2 hours, with the majority of that time just being me trying to join servers. Alas, after those 116 minutes and a slightly broken game, you already know where things led. I put in the request to refund, and honestly, I don't think I've seen a refund process so quickly. It could have just been a coincidence, or it could be the fact that they probably just know something must be wrong with it. Okay, really quick, interjection. I should have expected this to happen, but I didn't really expect it. I'm a little surprised. In the middle of editing the video, I had to research some stuff, looking into the game some more, and after the first thing I look up, I find that the game is shutting down. That is right, the game is already shutting down. It's been pulled from Steam. You can no longer buy the game. You can no longer play the game. As I said, I should have expected it to be pulled. I said something should happen to the developers or something should happen to the game. And it does look like Steam noticed something was wrong with the game after all the refunds, after 20,000 negative reviews in less than, I guess it's been a week. So in a week alone, they've gotten this much hate. The people who have played the game absolutely hate it. They wanted it taken down, and to no one's surprise, except I guess my own, the game has been shut down and it's been pulled from Steam. You know, this is actually good in my opinion. I don't think anyone needed to play this game. If you wanted to play a game like it, go play DayZ. As I said, go play 7 Days to Die, mod the crap out of those games. Play any other game than this, and it looks like you're gonna have to because the servers have been shut down. Really, it's like a staircase of bad with games the past while. You think you're at the top with the worst game, you know, with the Payday 3 launch. You people thought that was the worst. The game was unplayable for 5 days. And then you got this. This is like the crypto rug pull of gaming. The developers hyped everyone up, got everyone to buy their game, everyone bought it, then boom, they shut down, it gets removed from Steam. I'm just hoping they're not able to take a bunch of money off the table from this and profit off of this big scam. This is a scam. I said before, it's not a scam in the traditional sense, but after seeing that it's been fully removed, after seeing that they're shutting down the servers, this is a scam, and I hope if this developer releases anything else in the future, they do not get the support that this game got. They don't get any support at all because they can't be trusted at this point. It's like, what if Logan Paul released a new crypto? Would you go and buy it? No. So if Fantastic or whatever the developer is releases a new game, I gotta say, don't trust it. There's other games to buy, and if you want a game like this, you know, play The Division. There's no zombies in that, but play DayZ. Who knows? This is just a short interjection. I just thought that was honestly crazy, but expected to a lot of people, and honestly, I should have gotten this video out quicker because the game got taken off of Steam before I even got a video out on how bad it was. But with the game wrapped up, I think we can just wrap this video up there. Now we're here. I went in not expecting much, and somehow this game still surprised me. I'm glad I was able to get my money back in the end of the day, but it still just sucks I can't get those 2 hours back. But yeah, I got the scam game. And to no one's surprise, it ended up being, well, a scam. And again, to no one's surprise, my relationship with the day before ended with a refund. I wanted to love it, I really did, but I just couldn't find the reasons to. And as I said, with some hardcore love and care, this game could become something huge. I mean, DayZ and 7 Days to Die had some pretty rocky starts, with bold claims never fulfilled. But now, those games are a lot better, and as of right now, I cannot recommend this game, nor the developers. And I just hope that something comes out of this complete lie of a game. I hope they didn't just cut and run with all the money that they made. Really though, I think I ranted my disappointment about this game enough, and most of you probably predicted the majority of things in this video, so I think I'm just gonna end things there. If you were disappointed and felt scammed by the day before, let me know that in the comments now, and if you think the game was actually great, hey, let me know why as well. If you enjoyed this video and my thoughts on the game, go ahead and hit this video with a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on everything to come. And if you really liked this video and you want to support more like it, check out a membership to either my YouTube or my Patreon now to not only get your name at the end of every video, but also get access to videos a couple hours early. And lastly, if you heard any music that you liked and you want to hear more, sadly to say BillyTheWhip.com is down right now, but you can go to Billy the Whip on any music platform now to find all my homegrown music. Now that we're here, as I always say, thank you all so much for the support, and I hope you all have the best day possible. My cat is freaking out.
Took the hit, Billy the boogeyman coming for you. Look out for the pigs, look out for me too. Been chewing them up, spitting the new, spitting the bones, pushing the noose, squeezing the game. Been making that juice, no need for the pulp. I'm spitting that too, rip it through. Anyone jumping through hoops, it's emergency man, sending the troops. I'm on the offensive.